Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Still Learning Life Lessons and the Line. I am your host, Amber, and it's just me today. No special guests. So you're stuck with me. However, um, I'll make it quick. All right. So I wanted to talk to you really quickly. I know it's been a while since I've done a podcast. It's been a few weeks. Um, just have had life happenings with work and getting ready for my daughter's prom and just all the other things going on in life. I kind of lost track of time, but I wanted to hop on really quick and I wanted to talk to you about a class that I will be hosting. It's an online Zoom class. So it does not matter where you're at. You don't have to be local to me. It's going to be an online Zoom class. It'll be later on in May. Um, I will let you know when it gets closer. Um, but what it is, it's QPR, and it's from the out of the QPR Institute. If you've not heard of QPR, it is question, persuade, refer. And basically what it is, it's kind of like CPR, but for mental health, so to speak. So you're not certified as like a counselor, nothing like that. But basically what it is you've taken the classes um, to be a certified QPR um, first aid, so to speak, for those who are, for you come across somebody who you think is in crisis or you have a friend. It's basically how to pick up the signs of somebody who's in crisis. Or if somebody comes to you and says, hey, this is what's going on in my head, you know what to do. Okay. Um, and so the first part of it, question, you're going to question that person and say, hey, are you thinking about taking your life? Are you thinking about killing yourself? The persuade is knowing the different resources in your area, as far as if it's a local hospital, behavioral health, things like that. Um, and then the refer, making sure that person gets to where they need to be. Whether it's kind of a handoff and say, hey, this person is a trusted person and I know that they're going to get you to the hospital, or you yourself taking them, kind of a thing. So it's kind of like CPR, but for the brain, for the mind. And those who are, as a good Samaritan, as a citizen, you can become trained in CPR so that if you happen to be walking along the street or in the mall, grocery store, wherever, and somebody collapses, you know what to do for CPR. This is basically the same thing. You come across somebody in crisis, or you have a friend or family member that comes to you and says, hey, or you're starting to see signs, maybe they don't outright tell you, but maybe you're starting to see the signs. This will kind of give you the signs to look for, the words that they might say. And at that point, it's going to trigger you, kind of like CPR when you would go ahead and start you know, somebody call 911, grab the AED, all of that for beginning steps of CPR. For QPR, you would begin the steps with that, with the questioning. And are you thinking of killing yourself? Are you thinking of taking your life? That sort of thing. And then the persuade, you're going to persuade them to get help. You are not a mental health counselor. You are not going to be certified mental health counselor by any means. Um, but you're going to be able to persuade them, saying the right words, saying the right things, and then also refer. So, like I said, knowing the resources in your area. Um, if you want, I will be posting it on my personal Facebook page, the date. Um, and then also, actually, I could probably tell you the date. I just got to grab the calendar on my phone and I can tell you the date really quickly. Calendar. Um, Day, week, month. Here we go. Month. It's going to be May 17th, Sunday, May 17th. I think I have it set for 3 p.m. But I will put it on my personal Facebook page Also, or you can message me from here. Or also, if you watch the I'm Glad You Stayed Project Facebook page, they're the ones that were gracious enough to pay for me to be certified to teach this. And I will be doing an online Zoom class once a month for QPR. So, like I said, you do not have to be local. It can be anywhere. It's going to be online Zoom. You just have to watch for that link, get registered for it, and go from there. So, like I said, if you're not on my personal Facebook page, watch the I'm Glad You Stayed Project Facebook page. It'll have like the heartbeat, um, and that will give you um, once it gets posted. So just watch for that. It'll get posted. You can get registered. And Sunday, May 17th, I believe I have it set for 3 p.m., but it'll be on that registration. And it's about an hour, hour and a half. And it's pretty interactive. So it's not like you're just kind of sit there, do, 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 do. Plus, you know me, I can be entertaining. I'll make this fun. It's such a heavy, dark, and deep topic that I want to do what I can to not make fun of it by any means, but I want to make it not as dark, um, kind of bring a little bit of fun, a little bit of perspective, um, some sunshine to the such a deep, heavy, dark topic. So, anyways, you know me, I can be entertaining. But, anyways, like I said, thank you to the I'm Glad You Stayed project for asking me if I wanted to become a QPR instructor, paying for me to take the hours. I think it's like 55 hours online. I'm not sure, something like that. Um, Paying for me to go through the certification to become an instructor and also trusting me to be one of the instructors to get people certified in QPR. So, like I said, um, Sunday, May 17th. But I'll be doing some more podcasts before then anyway, so you'll be reminded of it. And once the registration's out, I will let you guys know. Like I said, it'll be on my personal Facebook page and I'm Glad You Stayed Project Facebook page. Um, but until then, yes, this is very short and sweet. I could sit here and talk and talk and talk, but I think I would probably lose some listeners if I did that. Um, I'm not sure if me, myself, and I is all that entertaining, but I try. Anyways, so if you have any questions, message me, contact me, and we will go from there. Okay. And remember, still learning life lessons and the line. We talk about first responders, we talk about uh, mental and physical health, well being, and life in general, and some BS to fill in the gaps. So I think I have a couple of those covered for today's podcast. Anyways, take care, guys. Bye.